Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Adonai. Age to age, you're still the same. By the power of the name El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Erkamkana Adonai. We will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. Through your love and through the Ram, you save the son of Abraham. Through the power of your hand, you turn the sea into dry land. To the outcast on her knees, you were the God who really sees. And by your might, you set your children free. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Adonai. Age to age, you're still the same. By the power of the name El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Erkamkana Adonai. We will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. Well, hello everybody and welcome to Lunchbreak Live. I am Jenny Owens, and it is so wonderful to have you with us today. This is our 15 minutes of hope in the middle of our day. So I host Lunchbreak Live 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday at this time, 12:30 Eastern. And Mondays and Wednesdays, as many of you know, are over at Facebook at Jenny Owens Music. And Fridays are on both Facebook and YouTube. So welcome to all of you. On Fridays, we have begun a special series where we spend some time chatting with some wonderful thinkers who are authors and or artists and who also happen to be great friends of mine, which is really fun for me. And we learn a little bit about their lives. And here at the end of this harrowing year of 2020, we are also asking them to tell us how they have found hope during these many months of pandemic and unrest in our world. And I know that today's guest is going to have some wonderful insight to share with us about these things. And in case you don't know, he is the brilliant composer of that first song that I played. I love that song. It's the first song I learned in piano, and I have been playing it ever since. I know. And
well,
now that I've
play it way better than I do.
Oh, well, you're so sweet. But you know what's crazy about it is now that I know Hebrew, every time I sing this song, I mean, like I know Hebrew. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now that I've had 3 semesters of Hebrew, I'm like, I almost can't sing it without just weeping. So thanks a lot. But thanks for letting me grow with you. So I have also known his music since I was a little girl. And don't you love when I say that's your favorite, right?
No, it's fine. That's okay.
Okay, cool. And how long has it been? About 14 years or 12 years that we've known each other since we've been doing concerts?
I was trying to remember when it was that we met, and I just can't. 14 years ago is too long ago for me to remember anymore.
Yes. Well, yeah, I know. It was too long ago. But the thing that I remember about you and you guys, the thing that I remember about this wonderful gentleman is when I first met him, I was just so drawn in by his sense of humor and his just real kindness to me. And of course, his understanding of the Bible. And what you're going to see, if you don't know this already, is he has the incredible ability to tell a story. Just magnificent. So I just have to tell a few facts about you because these are so delightful to me. You released your first album in 1981. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so cool.
And when were you born?
I'm not telling. I don't have to tell that, but yeah, nope, I'll tell you later. And you've recorded over 38 albums since then. 38. What? Uh-huh. And you've authored over 28 books, and you do a weekly podcast. And one of the things that is super important for folks to know that you and I've talked about a lot is your desire to see racial reconciliation and neighborhood renewal. And I know you work on a lot of those things in your local community. So I can't wait to talk about that. And you have 4 kids. And
Yes.
2 grandkids. And do you have a
3.
3? Oh,
Yeah.
M goodness.
Yeah.
3 grandkids. And do you have a dog still?
I have one. We're not on speaking terms. It's kind of an irritating dog. I don't like it that much. But, yeah, we do have a dog.
Yeah, I don't think you liked it last time I was there either, so and last but not least for the bio bit, I have to tell you guys, Michael is the best barista I know, and he taught me how to barista. So
Yeah.
good. So anyway, so welcome. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Thanks for
Thanks.
doing this.
I love to just sit here and have people say nice things about me.
That is kind of fun. Well,
It is.
I like saying nice things about
Yeah.
you. It's
Well,
quite
thank
easy
you.
to
Well, I
do.
say nice things about you too.
Well, I appreciate all of
You're
them.
my hero.
Oh, you're mine. Well, so I was trying to think, do you remember like anything about when we first met? I remember there being lots of jokes. I remember us doing
No.
the Woman at the Well song together. No, you don't
Uh-huh.
remember anything? Yeah.
Oh, that was we'd met way before that.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't remember back that far. We got to work on our
Yeah. Yeah, I don't yeah, I remember helping you make it through the, airport,
yes.
and, you're pinching my elbow, and, I thought that was pretty cool. I've explained that process to a lot of people.
Oh, yes. Well, and I remember a lot of times on stage you saying that you were asking me if you were a good seeing eye dog,
Yeah,
which
and I brag that's one of my brags that you said I was the best seeing eye dog you ever had, so I was pretty proud of that.
yes. Yes, you definitely are. Absolutely. No questions
Uh,
about it, especially since my seeing eye dog chased squirrels. So I
yeah.
appreciate that you never chased any squirrels.
Well, I'm
So,
working on the whole housebreaking thing, so
yeah,
I'll let you know where we are with that.
that is very important. Well, one of the things I remember about when we first hung out on the road together was just how that time was even just very key in my spiritual formation as far as just getting to be part of your biblical imagination
Mhm.
events and learning a lot from those. So can you tell people what biblical imagination means?
Sure. Let me see if I can do it briefly.
Oh, we got
Um,
time.
well, the fundamental statement of monotheism in Judaism, which is prayed 3 times a day by Orthodox Jews, says that we're supposed to listen. We're supposed to love God by listening to Him.
Mm-hmm.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavka, b'kol nefeshka, b'kol me'odeka. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
Mm-hmm.
Hear, listen, and we love Him with everything we are, heart, soul, spirit. And the question is, how do you do that? Um, you listen to God with all of your heart and all your soul, all of your mind, by engaging your imagination. And lo and behold, if you look at Scripture, that's what the Bible's speaking to. The Bible is not a theological book that just speaks to your head, and it's not just a devotional book that speaks to your heart. It it engages and recaptures your imagination. Especially Jesus' teaching is that way. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the biblical imagination. I'm loving God by listening to Him. Best way to love anybody is to listen to Him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. And how many books have been in the biblical imagination series? Do you know?
Well, there's 4 on the
On the
Gospels,
Gospels,
and
yeah.
that's really the series. But then there's one on Hebrews, there's one on Peter, there's one on Lament, and I think
Yeah.
we kind of loosely consider all of those as part of that series. But technically, there's only 4 biblical imagination books.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Well,
Yeah.
you guys need to check out these books. They're amazing reads. I have read them all, and they're wonderful. And you also need to go to a biblical imagination event or conference if one
Mhm.
comes near you. So tell me this: do you enjoy the book writing or the music creation more? Do you?
I I hate writing songs.
Do you
I
really?
I bet you like it, don't you? You're the kind of person that probably likes writing songs.
I mean, I find it a struggle, but I
Yeah.
find it a necessary struggle. Like it's sort of something I can't not do.
Yeah. I hate the whole process of writing a song, but I love writing books because there's so many fewer constraints.
Yeah.
Well, a song has to rhyme and match with a melody, and you've only got 3 minutes, and it's just there's so many boundaries. And you write a book, there's no boundaries. I mean, you got to
Oh,
spell things correctly and
yeah.
that sort of stuff. But it can go in any direction.
Yeah.
It's much more fun researching books. My favorite part's the research part.
Oh, wow. Can I call you for help with my papers then? Oh,
Absolutely.
research is so hard. That's
You don't
so
like researching?
I mean, I think it's interesting, but
Yeah.
part of it is because when you're trying to find books in Braille, it's a little creative at times. So I
Yeah,
think it has
yeah,
more to do with finding the research. That's my challenge.
yeah. So are like Audible, 'cause most, I mean, I won't say
Yeah.
mostly, but at least half of what I do, it's Audible books.
Audible. I do some Audible. I find when I need to actually really remember something,
Yeah.
well, I either sit and take notes while I listen to an Audible book, which is real nerdy, or I have to have it in Braille
Well,
so
and
I
you
can
don't
mark
get
it up.
page numbers and stuff with the Audible, so you'd be hard to
Right.
reference it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But
Yeah.
it's so interesting that you say that about writing books because I, having just kind of finished my first book,
Yes.
I found that it was such a struggle because in a song you can have some lines that people might be able to take different ways. They might be a little bit ambiguous, but when you're writing a book, man, you got to
Yeah.
mean what you say. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
every time I go through it, I find things that I'm like, oh wait, that's not quite what I mean. I got to change it out. So oh man. So I love that you write books and you write beautifully. And
Well, thank
I
you.
just love learning from your teaching. Okay, well, let's talk about some fun things for a sec. What fun things have you been doing during the pandemic? Any come to mind?
I've been writing books. That's what I've been
Oh
doing.
wow.
You know,
Yeah.
been reading excellent books. I'm reading Ellis Rifkin's book on the Pharisees right now.
Ooh.
Um,
What's that called? Do you remember?
it's called a Hidden Revolution,
Okay,
and
I'm gonna get
he's
that.
a Jewish author, and it is really fascinating, and I think will help you with your New Testament backgrounds. Yeah, Ellis Rifkin,
Ellis?
Ellis. Yeah,
Okay.
Ellis, Rivkin.
Ellis Rifkin. Okay,
Yeah, the
very
Hidden
cool.
Revolution.
Super. Okay, so you've been
Yeah.
reading books and then you've
Yep.
been writing a book. And tell me
Yeah.
what your new book is. Do you happen to have it that you can show us?
Yeah, I do. I have it right here. I'm going to read from it because there is an essay in here based on a song that you and I wrote together that you're going to play in a
Yes.
minute. This is going to be a cool little moment.
Yes.
But I'm also writing the book I'm working on now is a book. I don't have a title for it yet. You need to help me with a title.
Okay,
It's
I'm
a
on it.
book on the details of the life of Jesus and what they mean, which I think is a fascinating idea.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
So minutia. I've been
The Jesus minutia. Yes.
yeah, yeah. How long does it?
Emmanuel minutia. No,
Yeah.
sorry, that's not it. But
How long does it take to walk from one place to another place? Why did he do certain things? Like, why does Judas kiss Jesus?
oh
You
wow.
know, because he's unrecognizable. He looks just like
Yeah.
everybody else. Not more
Yeah.
handsome. Doesn't have a halo. He's got to
Right.
be pointed out. Same
Yes.
things like that. Every little detail, everything that can be known about the life of Jesus, I want to know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
So you've been researching that during this time.
yeah,
Okay, so that must have been a hopeful, like one of the things that I've been really curious about is how people have kind of drawn hope and strength during this time. So have you found that just kind of, I don't know, living in the words of Jesus has been a hopeful thing to do? I mean, duh, of course that's
yeah.
hopeful, but yeah, like what do you think about just getting through this time? Have there been some things like that that
Well,
have
I
helped?
think that what people need the most is really his perspective.
Yeah.
And so, Jesus' life certainly gives you that, and any sort of understanding of history. People saying things like, "Oh, it's never been this bad." Oh, nah, it's been much worse. It's been much worse than this, and even in recent history, with the
Mm,
Spanish flu epidemic, things like that, where millions of people died. Um, so yeah, I think perspective is really important, and Jesus lets me know this is important and this isn't important. And certainly, uh, the other good thing is this has been an opportunity to really show people kindness.
yes.
People are so scared. I go to the grocery store, and especially older people are so scared. And you can say kind things to them and put their shopping cart up for them and help
Yeah.
them get stuff off the shelves and things like that, which I think is really important for us to be doing.
Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot here, but you can tell me no. It's okay.
Okay.
Has there been a sort of story or saying of Jesus that recently has just stuck in your mind? That you've kind of kept coming back to. Anything
Oh,
that
that's
comes to mind?
that's hard.
I know that is hard.
One single. I don't think I could come up with one single thing he said that.
Yeah. Right now.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. Sorry.
No, that's all right. That's just a random question. So
Well, when we hang up, I'll think of something. So,
perfect, and then
yeah.
we can let each everybody know. All right. So has there been something fun that you've done to unwind from book writing during this time, or has it all just been book writing?
Well, I have 3 grandchildren, so, that is that's the focus of fun time and, my well, 2 of them are my, youngest son, Nate, who I think you probably met on the
Yes. Yeah.
bus,
Mhm.
and one of them is my oldest daughter, Katie, so I've got 3 granddaughters,
Mhm.
Lily, Rosalie, and, Ellie Ann, and that's been the fun thing for me. My wife actually was working full time, and she's just finally quit her job. But I would keep the girls all day long, and we watch Bugs Bunny and we eat chocolate all day long.
I mean,
Irregardless of the instructions of their parents, to
yes.
not watch too much TV or eat too much sugar. It's not my
Right.
job to say no to them. It's my job to say yes to them. So
Absolutely. And then
yeah,
they will love you forever because
that's right.
you let them eat chocolate when they were
Yes,
young. So
exactly, exactly.
I love that. Well, let's do some things that I know that our friends that are watching are going to really find some hope in. And one of
Okay.
those things is I would love for you to read from the new book, The
Yes,
Nazarene, A Lyrical Life, which is the most beautiful title of any book I've heard in so
it's a
long.
good title. Yeah.
It is. Did you come up with that all by yourself?
I actually did. I actually
Was
did.
it when
Usually
you were
usually
watching Bugs Bunny and eating chocolate?
usually you come up with great titles and then the publishers change it because you can't use this word or that word. I think this is the first time my title has gone straight through word for word. Usually they
Wow.
change it.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. That's
Yeah,
quite
you're welcome.
very huge.
You
Okay.
want me to read the essay and then you sing
Yeah,
the song?
absolutely.
Let's do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this and then right out of it you're gonna
Yes,
sing.
sir.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, here we go. It was a road Jesus frequented. At least 3 and perhaps 4 times a year he traveled this road as he made his journey from Galilee to Jerusalem. Sometimes preachers and commentaries say that Jesus going through Samaria and not around it exhibits some sort of exceptional openness on his part. After all, Jews have nothing to do with Samaritans. The text itself says as much. The truth is, Josephus tells us that Galileans had no misgivings about traveling the road through Samaria. That's one of those details I've been working on.
Mhm.
It's one of the many unique stories of John involving Jesus spending an extended period of time speaking to just one person. He's there waiting for her at the legendary well Jacob had given to his sons. It's a historic spot. The history is about to be made there again. She wearily shuffles in his direction until she sees him standing there. Gathering herself, she prepares for the abuse she's become used to over time, especially from men. To the contrary, he asks for help, for a drink from her collapsible leather bucket she carries with her to the lower into the well. He will reveal himself to her in a minute as the source of living water, that is the Spirit. But for now, he's thirsty. The exchange between the two of them is complicated. He is in loving pursuit. She is throwing sand in his face and trying to get away, but Jesus is relentless. The 12 return with provisions from town. John tells us that they're surprised, but not that Jesus is talking to a Samaritan. After all, we know Galileans have no problem with speaking to them. They're surprised that he's talking to a woman. Men simply do not speak to women in public, not even their own wives. But they seem to know better than to ask Jesus why. Jesus had revealed her past, had unpacked the festering woundedness of her 5 failed marriages and of the relationship she was currently in with a man who did not love her enough to make her his wife. The people from town had been revealing her past to her for years, condemning, judging, humiliating. But Jesus' revelation was somehow different. There's no condemnation, no judgment, no humiliation. She runs excitedly back into town, having tasted some of that living water Jesus offered. Apparently, Jesus never got his drink.
Used, broken, betrayed, wounded and so afraid, 5 times degraded. Life, a desolate dream, a desert of hope. On my lonely way, felt like a runaway in the sweltering noonday. Alone, bucket in hand, thirsty for more. There must be some mistake. Beside the well he waits. Come see the one who told me all I've done. He spoke to me. Oh, could he be the chosen one? He set me free from all my memory, washed from my sin, never again thirsty no more, thirsty no more. Wow, that was a beautiful essay. I cannot wait to read the whole book. Is it out yet?
I think it comes out in a week.
In a week. All right.
Yeah.
We will put in the links to the stores, the Amazons, the places where
Yeah.
you can get it. The book, The Nazarene, A Lyrical Life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Jenny. Good to see you.
I know. It's good to
Yeah.
see you too.
Yeah.
I thought if you were cool with it, I might just end with a little part of one of the worship songs that we wrote together.
Yeah.
Is that cool to you?
Yep, sure.
All right, we're going to do it. Let's see how this goes. By the way, you guys, I did try to get Michael to sing for us today, and he wouldn't do it. He said absolutely not. So I'm not just trying to be the rude host that insists on singing, but
I wanted to hear you sing.
Well, I always want to hear you sing, so.
Yeah. Well, I win.
I know. Come as you are, broken and scarred. Come leave your wilderness and come taste and see. Come and believe. Come bring your emptiness. Surrender your fear. It is safe. There is comfort here and peace from the storm. If you're torn, there is wholeness here. For the Lord is good, and his love is everlasting. For the Lord is good, and his mercy never ending. For the Lord is good, and his love is everlasting. Oh, the Lord is good, and his mercy never ending. Won't you come? You guys will have to check out that song. You can find that on that's on the his two God's Loving Kindness record. Is that the name of that record?
The Hesed
Awesome.
one.
Yes, such a beautiful book and record as well. All right, you guys, thanks for joining the two of us today. Michael, thanks for joining me. And can you tell folks where they might find you and hang out and chat with you and find your cool stuff that you have?
Oh, it's the same sort of, michaelcard.com, and there's a Michael Card Facebook, and I think there's an Instagram page. I'm not all over it the way you are, but I've got a couple of toeholds into the digital domain.
Oh, yes, you do. You do some great posting. So, well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much again for today. Can't wait to read the book.
Thanks.
And
Thanks, Jenny.
And enjoy the rest of 2020.
Yeah, it's great to hang out with you. God bless you.
You too. God bless you. Bye.
Bye-bye.